Hey, folks. Hi, and welcome. Elaine Marolakos Edelson here with AstrologyMojo. I want to help you get your mojo back. And we're doing your May Oracle readings. Hooray! So come and join me. Say hello. I've got 3 choices for you today. And also, just to let you know, I still have 1 space available left for the Solar and Lunar Eclipse double special reading. And I will also include current transits with that. So we can look at how you are expanding and what's keeping you back. You, but what parts of you are keeping you back. So come say hello to me. I am going to mix up the cards. We've got, these are the choices today, not all cards. We've got the Book of Runes. So I have runes today because I'm researching them for, and I use them as well, but not as much as I used to, but I'm researching them for my 3rd book in my series, One Soul's Epic Journey Through 12 Lifetimes. That's the Sign of the Time series. And this book is going to be a 9th century Gemini, and she's a Viking queen. So we've got runes. So that's the first choice for today. And here's what some of the runes look like. So, and when you choose, you can choose one or all of the choices, but you might want to think, oh, I have a specific issue here. Everything stems from you anyway, so it's not the card and it's not the thing outside of you that's giving you the answer. It is the part of you that is geared toward the solution through your intuition, so you're going to be guided and feel something. I'm just turning off my phone so that it doesn't ring. Okay, so we've got the runes, and then the second choice is Colette Baron-Reid's The Enchanted Map. That is choice numero dos. And these are what some of the cards look like. So if you vibe on The Enchanted Map, that's choice number 2. And the third choice, they wanted to come out and play big time because I think the lunar eclipse energy is a mischievous kind of thing. And so we've got the fairy cards. Brian Froud and Rebecca Campbell. I'm sorry, Jessica MacBeth. That's another deck. But anyway, so we've got fairy deck for your third choice. Christy Wilson wants some ruins. You don't want to be ruined. You want some runes. Yes, indeed. We're going to get to that. Let me just write these because these I was using for a specific purpose. And now here we are. Okay, great. So choice number 1, the runes. And these are an ancient Celtic Gaelic system of divination. There are 24 Futhark runes. And it was a way of writing. And sometimes there were 2 runes that were put on shields, and they were called, those were bonds. So when things are bonded, you have extra strength or there's more meaning. But the whole purpose of the runes was a way of communication. Okay, so I also am using this book if you're interested in runes. I'm using this one. The original bag that I got way back over 30 years ago. Yeah, I'm only 36. 36. I'm transposing the numbers. On May 3rd, I turned 63, but I'm transposing the numbers for my edification. I'm 36. So this bag is very old. And so I'm using Ralph Blum's definitions of the runes today. All right, so that's choice number 1 is runes. Choice number 2 is Colette Baron-Reid, The Enchanted Map. And choice number 3 is the Faeries Oracle, Brian Froud's artwork with Jessica MacBeth doing the interpretations. Now you can set up your divination and your oracle reading by sun, rising, and moon, or any specific issue, or clarification. You might say, oh, I'd like the runes to see where I am now. And then the Enchanted map to see where I'm headed, and the Faeries Oracle to give me some insight into the lunar eclipse. However you want to set this up. We're still in play with the solar eclipse that happened last week, April 19th, 20th, in Aries, 29 degrees. And now we're headed toward May 5th, which is the Scorpio Lunar Eclipse at 14 degrees, 58 minutes. So if you know where that is in your chart, I talked about it the last two shows. You might want to check it out on YouTube or Facebook and catch those replays. Right now, I'm just going to tune in so we can start with the first. Okay. So if you chose the Book of Runes, we are here now choosing the Book of Runes. I'm getting some conflicting info. So 2 want to come out, and this looks like Strength, and this looks like Berkana reversed. So let's take a look at these 2 runes. First, I pulled the Strength card, card tile. And then it was Uruz. That's the name of it, Uruz. And I'm going to look that up right here. This has to do, and it's in the upright position, and it talks about growth and change. Technically, it was way back in the 8th, 7th, 8th, 9th century. It dealt with farming and a wild ox that would produce the crops, help to produce the crops. But it was during a cycle of initiation. So no matter what you're undergoing right now, understand that you have to clean out your closets to make space for what's coming. So that can be your emotional closets. That can be you're taming your thoughts and your mind. Because if you start to obsess and go in different directions, that's not strength. That's obsession. And that's misuse of power. And that ties in very deeply with the lunar eclipse in Scorpio. And so this was originally a rune that dealt with the domestication of, taming wild animals or the wildness within. So it was the harmony between masculine and feminine. And so knowing when to use your strength and your power is very important, right? Wouldn't you say? And it looks like in order to help things to grow in your life, if you have chosen the runes, and there are 2, so I'll get to the second one. If you've chosen to grow in a specific way, you're going to need to let go of something, an old attitude, a behavior, maybe an identity, maybe it's judgments. Maybe it's people in your life that you're letting go of. Let's look for clarity now with the Berkana, which is reversed. And Berkana, according to this book, has to do with rebirth. So it looks like things are moving slower. When Berkana is reversed, it looks like growth is delayed. So we have, this is growth. You know where you're going. You know where you want to go. You know what might need to happen in order for you to grow and to feel strong and powerful and empowered. That means letting go of something. That means patience. And Berkana is here to back you up and saying, oh yeah, you cannot push the river. So let's see. You may feel dismay at failing to take action, but what's called for is diligence. So stick with the plan, stick with the program. If you chose the runes today, just see that whatever, and it even refers to fertilizing the ground again so that you can prepare for your growth. And that's exactly what these 2 runes tie in really well together. That's what the strength tile is all about. It's you're fertilizing your future. You're fertilizing the ground but you have to clear away the debris. Just like I got my hair cut the other day, finally. Lisa is my hair gal. And she said, it's not that bad. Real. I mean, my hair was all over the place, but she said it just took a little trimming. And she said, she equated it to this is like, the brambles that grow around a bush when there's new growth underneath and you just can't see it. You just have to trim it away. That's what I would say that these two runes are telling you right now. And that is, you've got to clear things away emotionally, financially, make a business plan if it's about finances, or if it's an emotional trigger that you keep buying into, you have to do some brain entrainment. And that means you can go on YouTube and get Dr. Joe Dispenza videos, Bruce Lipton videos, and understand how energy works so that you can clear a path energetically to help you grow and create strength in your environment, in your business, in your relationships, with your health, with your money. I hope that makes sense. These are really great together because you are assured of delay so that you can grow properly. You don't want to just throw seeds to the wind or throw them on rocks, right? You know, the old proverbs. You've got to make space for things. And in order to do that, sometimes you have to let go of that thing that you've been attached to. No, but I want that door. Okay, but that door's not opening. But 3 other doors are opening right over here and you're fixed on this. So we're going to tie this into the lunar eclipse apparently. So the lunar eclipse in Scorpio is helping you to, it's an undercurrent, casts a glow on what's happening, on what needs to go. And that's your attitude always, because people, experiences, stuff is in your life because of you. So you might say, well, that boss, I don't want to work there anymore. Or that friend is no longer a friend. Or that wardrobe doesn't suit me. It's not who I am anymore. And so as you allow yourself to let that go, you're making space. So when you clean out your closets, emotional or physical, do 1 drawer a day in the kitchen or in the pantry or in the living room or wherever you have your drawer. Just start cleaning stuff out. And then emotionally, you'll purge, right? So it's never about them or what's outside of you. It's about you making the decision. Hey, Kate's here. I hope that's helped. Oh, Christy says, yes, it does make sense. Perfect. All right, now we're moving on to choice number 2 for your oracle reading, and that is Colette Baron-Reid's The Enchanted Map. Let me mix these up. So if you chose deck number 2, remember you might be picking one deck for your sun rising, a choice for sun, rising, and moon, the lunar eclipse, the solar eclipse, your health, your money, whatever, trips, whatever you're doing. So we're just going to mix these up. And this is if you chose the Enchanted Map. Remember, it's your higher inner being that's helping you to choose. It's not the deck itself, and it's not me. I'm just a conduit. I'm just the messenger. Deck number 2. That's one. Field of Dreams. Ooh, I like that. All right, we'll get to that. And the second one, a dry desert. Okay, looks like you have a choice to make, deck oracle reading number 2. The dry desert. And look, we have 21 and 31. Ooh. Okay, so I'm familiar with both of these cards, but I just want to get Colette's direct message to you, and then we will expand on that. Pure potential is what she's talking about, what we were just saying. A field of dreams. Now, look at that. It looks like little fairies coming out of eggs or hanging out on mushrooms. And that is to tell the bigger story, because you're always telling a story with your choices, and that is, what is that bigger story that you want to tell? What is that other thing you want to be doing? The field of dreams is saying, and I like that the one heart, the cloud up there is a heart shaped. You need to be really clear on what you're feeling, what you're thinking, and realize that your beliefs are creating a reality. I'm always going to come back to, it's not the astrologer, the tarot reader, the numerologist. It's not the it's not anybody outside of you. It's you. And you are creating your reality with what you think and how you feel. And because we are energy first and foremost. So if you chose the second choice, which is Colette Baron-Reid for your oracle reading, Colette Baron-Reid, the Enchanted map. If you chose this, you're not stuck really, but you're orchestrating new thoughts. And I want you to realize that your thoughts are associated with feelings and emotions. So if I were to say, and I use this a lot of times with my clients, and I'll say, just imagine that a man is beating a dog, and you are outraged. You see him across the street, and you're like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe he's being so." Somebody could do something. Call. And then you realize there's a child behind the man, and the dog is mangy and rabid, so he's protecting his child. But the first thought you had created a series of emotions that cascaded through you toward a judgment or a belief or a perception, and it was false. So I want you to be really clear about what you're thinking if you chose the Enchanted map, and where that vibration brings to you matter that equals that original thought and feeling. Do you understand? Thoughts and feelings go together. Thoughts and emotions, when they couple, they anchor in a neuron in your brain. And then suddenly, if you resonate that continuously, and I can't believe it, you say later on, oh my gosh, maybe you walked away, you saw something happen and you formed an opinion, you walked away and you never saw the truth of it. And then you tell your friends, I can't believe I saw this thing. And then you keep talking about it and the judgment persists. That same vibration that equals a specific frequency, in layman's terms, it equals an action, a validation, victimization, a wound, a negative thought, or a belief system. You'll see more of that. That's how we manifest. All right. So now I hope that makes sense. Now let's go to 21, because Field of Dreams is happening in tandem with dry desert. Just like the solar eclipse is Aries energy, and it's like, let's go, let's get this thing done. And then the lunar eclipse energy on May 5th, but it's happening for months for many of us. It's in play, and it feels like letting go, quiet, reserved. Where's my power? What happened? Who's taking something from me? Do I feel like a victim? Do I feel empowered in any way, shape, or form? Let's go to 31. And if this is backing it, that means dig deep for inspiration and truth. Now is the time to become resilient and adaptable. Does it seem like your opportunities come to naught, that they yield very little or nothing? If that is what's happening, if you chose this deck, if that's what's happening, she's talking about doing the real work. And the real work sometimes is deceiving, because again, your thoughts might say, I need, let's say you're saying to yourself, I need help. And because of who you are and what you're resonating, you attract a tarot reader, and the tarot reader pulls cards and validates your experience and says, oh yeah, you're stalled right now. Just like I'm reading this and saying some part of you is stalled right now, but it's not for any other reason than you are changing. you're moving toward this, and you even have this, I feel, for a lot of you. You even have this in your life. You have blessings, you have gratitudes, you have many things that just feel magical. But then you reach towards something that you keep going toward and it's not happening. You're not getting answers. You can't drop that extra 5 pounds. You don't know why. You're doing everything they tell you and it's not working. Or you keep going in that direction and you're knocking on the door, you're calling somebody and you're not getting an answer. Then you just need to like shore up your resources and back up. Like drop the judgments and back away from the obsession of, it's not happening. It's not happening. So let's say you want, I'll use my kid as an example. They just had to, because of a car accident, they had to get a new car and insurance paid for it. They were sideswiped and totaled, but they're okay. Everything's fine. And we made that point to them several times. I know you miss your car. I know you loved your car. You didn't do anything wrong, but you're okay. That car protected you. That car had a purpose. It took you places and it saved you and it protected you. So during the lament phase, it was, all right, now let's start looking toward the future. But we have to bridge that gap, don't we? It's like, oh, I love my car. Okay, but there are other cars out there in the world, other pre-owned cars that are looking for a good home. Let's see what we can find. And so we found one. And the whole time that they had it for maybe 3 weeks, a month, it was, yeah, it's got great points, but it's not my car. It's not my old car. Okay. And I said, the more you focus on what you don't have, the more you get what you don't want or nothing. Do you understand? That's what a dry desert looks like. The more you say, they didn't call me back. They didn't call me back. It's not happening. It's not happening. It's not what I wanted. It's not what I wanted. It's not what I wanted. Okay. We say it to verbalize it, to validate what is happening. But the more we talk about it, the less we can make space for the field of dreams. All right. So I want you to look at, and if you're into numerology, field of dreams is a 3, and that's a 2 and a 1. That is empathy, cooperation, and independence equals a 3, which is perceptions. I say communication and people say, oh yeah, talking. And I say, no, communication is not even opening your mouth. Communication is what you believe. It's the vibration that your thoughts elicit. And so then you think and think and think, and you're outputting a vibration with those thoughts and those feelings. So then we move to 31, and 3 is communication, but 1 is independence. 3 and a 1 is a 4, and 4 is hard work, hard work, hard work. Got to work harder to get it done. Got to work harder. I don't have what I want. Got to get it done. Okay, let's just settle in a moment of calm and say, I need to alter my perceptions, and those perceptions will take me to a place of gratitude. Yeah, that happened. It's not what I wanted, but I'm moving toward. I am actively moving toward. I am open to. I am allowing the answers to come to me. I don't have to do it all. I have help. I have support. I'm so grateful and appreciative of how easy my life is. Yeah. You want to go back and go, yeah, that was so hard. Okay, we know. We know we don't need to keep talking about it. That was so hard. Yes, I know. Let me just, cyber hugs. I know. But now we're making space for communicating differently, perceiving differently, so that you can output a different vibration. Now, a 4 in numerology breaks down to a 22, which is a power number. A 4, I like to say a 4 is like, got to think outside the box to get those answers. Got to think outside the box. After a while, you've got a lot of boxes stacked up behind you. A 22, however, says, oh, you know what? There are no boxes. I'm going to ask for help. I'm going to get the suggestions that I need, the support that I need, because I'm allowing it. I allow it to come my way. And that's when field of dreams, you see, this person is not alone. There's many of them in there. And they're coming out of, they're birthing out of eggs. all these little potential ideas, and look at all the birds that are flying around and happy clouds. And I mean, you got this. So just get out of your own way with your thoughts and your feelings and start to catch yourself in that moment to alter that vibration, because you were in a dry desert. Okay. And we know what that's like. You were thirsty, you were tired, whatever. You had loss, your feet hurt, whatever was happening in the dry desert. But now the opposite. Okay. So bridge the gap with your thoughts by saying, I had that. Yeah. But now look what's coming. I trust that it's coming. Christmas works out for me and every day is Christmas. That's my motto. All right. I hope that was helpful to those of you who chose number 2, the Enchanted map. I'm just going to take a quick sip. There's people here. Hi, I'm so sorry. Hey, it's hi, Shelly from Phoenix. Hello. Yes, those clouds are beautiful. And we've got Lily is here. You're new. Well, welcome. Hope you come back every Thursday. And then Christy. Okay, maybe you know. Love it. Thanks. Great. So now the third choice for today's oracle reading is the fairy oracle. Anytime there is lunar activity, I pull out the fairies. I've been working with them since I was a child. I used to ride my bike. I was allowed to go around the block when I was 10 years old on my bicycle. And I would see these little, like something going very fast next to me. And I would, turn and look. And of course, there was nothing there. And then I would slow down and I would catch a glimpse of them. And I would say, oh my gosh, I think those are fairies. And I was 10. And so I like to play with the fairies around lunar times because they have a lot to say. All right. So remember, you can utilize any of these oracles as your sun, rising, and moon, as specific issues, as clarity for the solar and lunar eclipses, for wealth, health, passion, and purpose. All right. I'm going to mix up the oracle deck now and tune in. Oh, okay. Oh, she came out in reverse. I don't care for the typeface on these cards. They're very hard to read. This is the maiden, but she came out in reverse. So let's see what she came out upside down. So let's see what that is. And that's usually about play. So somebody either is playing too much or they need to slow down and see who they're playing with. Okay. All right. Now, these cards are slippery, so they're kind of falling out of my hands. All right. And then there's, I know there's another one that wants to come. So I'm going to, pull a second clarifier for the maiden, which is number 14, and 5 is a play. 1 is independence, 4 is hard work, but 4 plus 1 is a 5, and 5 is transformation, big time transformation. We love our fairy friends. We do. All right, let's pull a clarifier. Who wants to come out and play? I keep seeing a lady of light. And what is that about? Oh my gosh, Indy, that is so cute. Give me a break. What the heck? That is so adorable. Okay, let's see what these are talking about. I have the big book of fairies. Whoops. So we have 14 and 63. Hey, that's going to be my birthday. All right. 14, the maiden. Oh, my hair is sticking. New beginnings and growth is what she represents. And upside down or reversed, the book calls for a stuckness where you turn your energy into blocked energy of thoughts or feelings, or oh, it's never going to happen, why bother, I won't even get started, they have enough of those on YouTube, why do I need to make another podcast, why do I need to sell my artwork in that gallery, they already have 3 other people who do something similar. So blocked energy, upside down. I mean, let's look at her in the natural position. She is happy, she's giggly. You want to start thinking of joy. What gives you joy in little moments? Those little moments of joy, and dreams translate into reality. If you're not familiar with Lisa Gerard, she used to be a percussionist, became a singer, and with Dead Can Dance, the group, and she comes to mind. When she went solo, she created a work called the Mirror Tree or the Silver Tree, and there's a video that goes with it. It's in English and in French, and she lives in England, I believe. And her music is ethereal. It's just profound. I saw her live, and you would swear when she opened her mouth, an entire choir comes out. And she can go from little boy range to high angelic range. I mean, it's just profound. She's the one who voices Gladiator, Elysium, and We Are Free. But anyway, she talks about going when she gets kind of dried for ideas. She goes into a like we would call it the Lincoln Tunnel, or because there's no tunnels here in Arizona, but on the East Coast, the Lincoln Tunnel, right? So she goes into this tunnel where cars go, and it's very echoey, so she can hear things bouncing off the walls, and it helps her to tune her frequency. And she'll go into a corner. She had this on video. She goes into a corner and she just starts doing scales and notes, and she practices, and then she starts hearing different harmonics, and that inspires her to write another song. And she'll go into a studio, and the producer said on this particular video that there's no way, he said, she wanted to do a retake of that same thing. There's no music. She doesn't use sheet music. It's all here in her. And he said, there's no way she can recreate that. We'll have to edit it somehow. And so she recreated it and did a better job. And he was stunned. So what I'm saying is, when you look at this card and you see little lights floating, imagine little bubbles, right? And if you see little bubbles, kids blow bubbles, and in them you see rainbows, and then suddenly that takes your mind to something else. Rainbows are what we're made of. I mean, literally, we are just luminescent beings. You're pure conscious love. You're an extension of light. Here, you exist here, now, everywhere. You're an extension of light. So if you're stuck and feeling like there's nobody to play with, or I forgot how to play, or I got to be serious, or I'm dried up with ideas, if you're a creator, if you're someone who teaches kids, or maybe you're an artist or a writer, a singer, a vocalist, you throw pottery, whatever it is you're doing, a garden, creating dinner, you're a culinary person, you're just trying to find something to help you feel like that kid spirit again. The thrust forward, really. Oh, here it says, there is always hope. And those outside the fantasy need to remember that even while being realistic about the difficulties of changing this state, someone needs to be an adult here. Yes. So you need to take the adult in you and bring out the child, and know that it's possible, whatever it is that you're facing, whatever it is that you want to do. And the number is 14. And a 1 is independence, and 4 is, as I said earlier, if you didn't hear the other reading, if you're listening to this in a replay, 4 is, in numerology, work hard, roll up your sleeves. It's like an accountant, got to get it done. Let's think outside the box. But when you break down a 4 into a 22, the 22 power number says there are no boxes. And then you're in the matrix or you're out of the matrix. But a 4 and a 1 is a 5, and that's transformation. So let's see. 63, Indy is the one who's clarifying what you're going through or about to go through. Oh, well, this is it. Indy is undecided. Look at that. A 6 is community and family. A 3 is communication, but that's your perception. And then a 6 and a 3 is a 9, and that is total endings and new beginnings. So commitment and decision making is the issue here because it makes him nervous and frightened. What if he picks the wrong choice? What if it's the wrong thing? Now, when you're a child, hey, let me just put this down for a second. Clarifier book. And the author says, Jessica MacBeth says, she feels for Indy because she's a Libran. And sometimes she thinks I'm going to make the wrong decision, so I'll just stay neutral. I'll wait to see what they do first, see how it works out for them. Okay, when you remember how to play, it doesn't matter what choice you make. The point is to decide. Because when you make a decision based on feelings that are joyful, free-flowing, even if you're undecided, take a pause, do a meditation, do something that makes you happy that's very simple. Doing a crossword puzzle, making dinner, watching, I'm watching Sanditon right now. I love Sanditon. I love anything Jane Austen. And and that takes me out of my, oh, what should I do? Should I do that or should I do this? I don't know. I can't decide. So if I can't decide, I don't force a decision. All right. So deck number 3 or choice number 3 is not to force it, but to do something playful, because never going to happen. I forgot how to play. I've dried up the well. Comes from indecision. And so when you're ready to make a choice about something, I would say don't think about the thing. Go outside. If you're anywhere near nature, a park, a lake, a pond, birds, or a playground where you can see kids playing basketball, or if you're near a school and you didn't, not to look like some weirdo, but you walk by the playground and you see the kids playing, just inhale that. Just inhale that and then go find a tree. Go find a tree, any tree. Wherever you live, there is a tree. And I want you to put your hands on the tree and close your eyes and just dive into the roots and to the treetops. What would a child do in that? If you were 4 years old, 5 years old, you would be like, oh, I can be the tree. I'm going to feel the tree. I'm going to be one with the tree. Because a tree has a root system that is, trees are alive and are conscious, and they help each other. So when one tree is having trouble, another tree alerts them, and they literally send out electrical signals to each other to say that tree's having a tough time. And they all rally to help, and they will divert root systems to support that tree. Just see yourself as a tree network. And I say that because the fairies are nature bound. So we see wings, right? We see light. Oops. We see excitement and happiness and leaves. And here we have, I thought I turned off my phone. I'm so sorry. And here we have a little bit of oh my gosh, I don't know why that's happening. I'm so sorry. And here we have indecision, but we have, which way do I go? Which one do I choose? How about you don't? How about you do something that makes you feel happy first, or neutral to positive. And then from there, the answer will come. From there, the answer will already be part of you. You touch that tree and you say, oh my gosh, I'm having so much fun. It reminds me of when I was, and we did this thing. And I remember thinking that, like I could collect sticks and those sticks would talk to me, or I could make a tree house or whatever, right? You need to play. And in that play state comes the answer. I guarantee. How does that sound? I hope this was helpful. Please remember to share, like, and subscribe. And also, I have room for one more session for the solar and lunar eclipses, and we will cover the transits as well. So you can go here to get your eclipse special session. And let me know in the comment section, and remember to please share, like, subscribe. I hope this was extremely helpful for you. How is everyone feeling today? Christy says, oh, MG, you are spot on. Earth walking. Awesome. Yes, earth walking and also earth grounding. Take off your shoes, go to the beach, put them on the ground, on the grass, on the soil, because the earth contains electromagnetic energy. And as soon as you suck that up through your feet, you are grounded, you are clearer headed, and the systems in your body function better. Why? Why? Because we're part of the earth. We are part of the earth. Okay, folks, thanks for being here. I appreciate you as always. I wish you peace. And I'll be back next Thursday, May 4th. We're going to be talking about Jupiter in the sign of Taurus and how that's going to look for all of us for the next 12 months. All right, folks, be well. Go make a happy day for yourself.